What's up, guys? I'm back with you with another video. I told you I wasn't going to do that, but I have no other way to start YouTube videos, so that's basically all I know. As you saw from the title, this video is going to be about how I got into dental school with a low DAT, and just to give you guys a little bit of hope, because hope isn't something that we find a lot of days as like a pre-dent student. So without further ado, here we go. So guys, I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. My last video was like 13 minutes, kind of long, so I'm going to keep this brief and keep it interesting. So right in front of me here, I have my DAT score. I'll read it out to you, and then I'll give you some context as to why that score occurred and what I did to improve my applications and eventually go to dental school. So I wrote the DAT in 2017, November 2017 in Canada. My reading comprehension score was 18. My biology score was 16. Chemistry 17, and my academic average was 17, and PAT or perception was 18. So it was a lot of 16s, 17s, and 18s, more 17s than any other number. And yeah, as you heard, there's no 20, everything's like below 19. At 18, pretty bad. It was my first time studying for the DAT, and during that semester I was also in school. I was in my third year. I was taking courses like immunology and virology, and I just had like a heavy course load, so I was having trouble trying to study for the DAT and do my university work. So what ended up happening was I kept putting off the studying for DAT and ended up going in with not a lot of studying done. While I was studying with my friend, and he had way more studying done than me. He definitely scored better than me as well. But I could definitely see the difference between my studying habits and his. Two very different things at that time. So going into the test, there wasn't a lot of hope, but I was just trying to, use whatever intellect I did have without studying to do well on the test, and this is what came out. Obviously, it's a dose-dependent response with tests like this. You study more effectively, you'll do better, and if you don't study, you're not going to do that well. So 17 AA, that is crap. That's terrible. I was planning to rewrite the DAT. And at the same time, Canada has signed a reciprocal agreement with Ireland and Australia, so I could go to any of those countries' schools and study there. Now, what that meant for me was I can tailor my applications to schools in different ways. If I'm applying to Ireland and they're not looking at my DAT, then obviously I don't need to score well on the DAT. In fact, I don't even need to write the DAT. If I'm applying to schools in Canada, I need to score well on the DAT and have a high GPA, but I'll get to the GPA in a second. And if I'm applying to Australia, then the 5-year programs don't require DAT, while the 4-year programs, University of Melbourne, Sydney, and UWA, they did require the DAT. So it all depends on where you're applying to, and you got to be smart about your application. Do they need a personal statement? If they do, obviously you need to go through some stuff in life. You need to experience some stuff to actually get into that school. So to keep it short and sweet, that's my DAT score. I ended up accepting offer to the University of Melbourne, but the main thing is you can have a low DAT and tailor your applications and look and really bring about your strengths. Just like writing a resume, you might not have done anything, but if you can make it sound like you did a lot, you'll probably do better than your competition. So it all depends on how you make yourself look and where you're actually applying to. Be honest with yourself as to where you're going to apply to, and then apply there. Luckily for me, University of Melbourne factored in a 3-2-1 Gpa weighting. So my last year, my 4th year of undergrad, was weighted 3, 3rd year was weighted 2, and 2nd year was weighted 1, and that's how they calculated my GPA. Ended up being over 3.9. So with a high GPA and a low DAT, I wasn't expecting to get into a school that required DAT, but it ended up happening, and I ended up accepting. And University of Melbourne, it's a good school. So don't lose hope. Definitely keep hope in mind and strive for excellence. Basically, you probably don't do what I did when I was first studying for the DAT. Even though I had a high course load, I should have definitely put the time in to get a better DAT score. But I didn't need to write the DAT again, and here I am. So if I could do it, you could do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. All right, that's the bottom line. And that's it. That's the video, guys. I will see you next time. I have something fun coming for next time, something everyone can watch, not just pre-dental students, so definitely stay tuned for that. And if you know any pre-dental students that need some hope, like 17 is a crap score, I'm going to say once again, and I got in, so you know what, if I could do it, anyone can do it. Share it with a pre-dental student that might be losing hope right now, or doesn't believe in themselves, because it can be done. See you next time, guys.